Well, hello, everyone. I want to thank you for joining me on this auspicious day as we begin yet another wave of energy as we end this 2020 Gregorian calendar year. It's December 12th. It's a 12/12 portal. And again, as we continue on this incredible journey of remembering who we are, of becoming multidimensional and our quantum selves. The journey has many different markers in time that are really relevant to what is transpiring for humanity, as we are all here absolutely on purpose, on mission, as we are truly masters at what is transpiring on this planet at this time. And I really want to just take a moment and honor each and every one of you that continues to say yes, that continues to go deep within your soul and recognize the magnitude of what is transpiring, that you can actually move out of your head and out of the outer reality that continues to present on this planet and recognize the deep calling within. And it's really fascinating, the magnitude of what we said yes to. It's interesting from the human perspective to, how can I say this? To be impatient, to allow the ego to continuously put up barriers within our mind, within our experience, to hinder our growth, to have us waver in our understanding, in our awareness. But as we continue on this incredible journey of light and restructuring and upshifting, that is why we all came in at this time. And I keep having to remind myself now and then that I didn't come here really for the human experience as we see it. But yet I came here to transform the human experience into what we know as universal truth. And all of you are in that same experience. We are human, yet we are quantum. We are multidimensional as we integrate that into the human experience. And this particular gateway, this 12/12 gateway, is another major marker that will provide a opportunity for a deeper realignment, a deeper surrender and transformation as we gather together as a soul group, as all of the light workers across the planet continue to dig deep within their own awareness to transform. And as we sit here on this beautiful gateway, there is so much that is transpiring. And as we continue to understand the magnitude of the fact that we are all fractals of the whole, that everything that we are experiencing on this planet is a universal experience. And it's not the ego perception of the outer reality. It is the cellular. It is the deep remembering within the blueprint templates of our body and of Gaia's body that continue to have this dance of awakening. And we are always, always in the process. This is a assignment, if you will. I don't like to call it that. It is an opportunity that we all absolutely jumped and said yes to come down and bring this system, this solar system, but particularly this planetary system and humanity back online out of the distorted experience that was created at the time of the fall, and even before that, actually, and actually restructure everything so that it can come back into alignment with universal truth. And as we move into this particular gateway again, and we've been in it, I don't know about you guys, but the last couple of days have been quite powerful. And sleep is non-existent at the moment as the bodies go through another upgrade wave that is coming in through the alignments that are happening. And so as we sit here, I want you to begin to really open up your hearts and recognize that every single layer, every single level of your human DNA, body platform, your bones, your structure in which you are bringing this living consciousness through, continues to unravel. It continues to upshift. It continues to release old templates and old programming so that the new crystalline forms of light can continue to be embodied. As we go through this process, which is, again, many, many years in the making, we are mirroring what is happening throughout the transformation of Gaia herself. And right now, Gaia is leading the way. She is an incredibly advanced being of light that is very conscious and is in process. We've been in this process for many years, decades actually, but we are at an accelerated space of anything else we've experienced to date. And as she continues to release distorted patterns and open up her stargates, her natural organic stargates, and remove the distorted grid systems and templates that have been imposed upon her. As she does that, we are also mirroring it in within our own bodies. And so as being a fractal of the whole, and as we are sitting in this level of consciousness, in this physical experience, we are intimately tied to what she is going through. And so as we have always been aware of, well, not always, we're becoming even more and more and more aware of the changes that are happening in her energetic and physical bodies. And this allows us to expand our awareness as well. It allows us to unlock. As she unlocks, we unlock. As she opens up, we open up. As she releases distorted patterns, we are able to release distorted patterns. It is a symbiotic relationship that we have. And so with that awareness, it allows us to tap into deeper understandings of how these markers, cosmic markers, cosmic alignments, actually affect us. We've always known, we've always had respect, we've always acknowledged the cosmic movements and had some level of awareness. But that is about to change once again as we move beyond this particular culmination point of December 2020. And we're ending so many different cycles, and it's an ever, you could do 1,000 different expressions of what cycle we are completing again. But we are at the phase of a closure of another 8-year cycle. Thinking back to 2012, the 2012 was a truly incredible portal date, as was December 21st, 2012. And as we go through this next 8-year culmination, we're sitting in frequencies and patterns that will allow us to really go incredibly deep in the surrender and releasing and collapsing. And so with that, all of us can take a nice deep breath and begin to really tune into Gaia as a living being. She is in the process of such mass reconfiguration, if you will. I'm not talking about mountains coming down or those kinds of reconfigurations. I'm talking about at her energetic template levels. She is in process of releasing distorted grid systems, distorted templates. And this has been going on for a really long time. But what is important in this particular window, in this particular time frame, as we end 2020 and this 8-year cycle, and we move into the 800-year cycle of the alignment of Saturn and Jupiter at 0 degrees of Aquarius, which when you're talking about planetary movements at this level, do not be in illusion. We are already in it. These are huge planets that are moving, and the effects that it is having on Gaia and, of course, ourselves is profound. And it's profound because it's allowing for a deeper level of surrender to happen. We are continuously being asked to collapse the old, to let go of the old ways of being human on this planet, the old structures, the old thought processes, all of the ways in which the distortion has been playing out. And for all of humanity, this is an interesting dance of releasing the ego and stepping into a state of surrender. And it's something that has to be done at a very deep soul level to really recognize the magnitude of who you are and to be able to truly let go and surrender almost everything that we have been programmed, and yes, I absolutely say programmed, to believe is true. And we have to do this in stages and phases because of the way that we have been programmed and the ego structure. We couldn't do it all at once. We have to go through the deep process of layer upon layer, surrendering more into the vastness of who we are on the quantum levels. And so as all of these distorted grid systems and templates that have been affecting Gaia, that has locked her down for thousands and thousands of years. As these release, and they are releasing, they're releasing, and what we're able to do is happening at a very accelerated rate. Even looking back at where we were 8 years ago on the 2012 marker, the magnitude of what we have done in the last 8-year cycle is phenomenal. And as we sit here getting ready to go through this month, which is really a culmination of all of 2020, it is imperative for you to really be able to understand from a human perspective the level of surrender that your soul is asking for. And I wish there was another word than surrender, because that in itself, the semantic of surrender has charges to it. It has an energy to it that many still have a emotional reaction to. But that level of surrender that we're asking for is the depth of trust in recognizing who you really are and why you came in at this time. That surrender and being able to let go of the belief systems and the ways of being that we have all been working towards for years. The next level of surrender is absolutely necessary as our body goes through another massive wave of transformation, moving into crystalline form. And so I just ask you to really drop down into your heart, down into the crystalline core of your heart chakra. Yes, the crystalline core of your heart. As that continues to move into higher and higher states of purification and of expansion and of connection